to the BFB Live Field Report. I'm Dustin Faulkner. We are here at the Hospital Homicide event in San Antonio, Texas, and we are running through with the victims, getting the stories out, the truth out, the facts. And these are the things that matter. You have to know these. These truths will push you through as we have COVID-19 retribution for what happened to our country, to our states, cities, locales, families. And we're going to welcome Sherry Snyder, right?
Yes, sir.
Sherry Snyder.
Thank you.
You have a story to tell us. Tell us a little bit what happened to you.
Well, I took my husband in to get monoclonal antibodies from the ER. Give him a shot. We're on day 9, and I'll take him home. That's all I wanted. Well, when they tested him in the ER, oxygen saturation was down to 72. So they put the nose cannula on him. And then they didn't tell me this, but they said, then once you have oxygen, you don't get monoclonal antibodies.
Really?
And then from there, they said, we need to check him in and monitor him overnight. And I didn't want him to, but I'm like, I don't know what else to do. The next morning, I go in and I'm going to AMA him. I'm going to take him out. He's not safe here. We got to get him out. I called, my friend says, call Dr. Richard Bartlett. And so I go to Google and dial the number that's there. And it happened to be a cell phone, 8:00 Tuesday morning. And he answers the phones. I said, Dr. Bartlett, I want to bring my husband to you. I'm here in the Kerrville Hospital. They're going to kill him. Can I AMA him and bring him over to you? And he said, you don't need to bring him to me. I can help you from here. And I'll walk you through how to get him through this process safely. And I did everything that he said. And then he was very kind to back down my doctor when I put him on speakerphone, and he just pushed him in a corner, and I fired the doctor and the doctor fired me as a result. But it was very kind of him. And so they had him in isolation the first 8 days, and then pulled him out, put him into ICU, and started recovering. We had family in. He was singing, laughing with us. And then about a week later, they start pushing him to get the vent. Because when we went in, we said, we only want monoclonal antibodies, and we definitely don't want a vent or remdesivir. And so by the 18th day, they're like, you're getting worse. You're getting worse. We can't do anything else. Well, the doctor wanted to go home at 5:00 on Friday and have his weekend to himself and get his nice big fat bonus preventing my husband. So they pushed him, and I said, baby, let me take you home. You can die in my arms, as opposed to going on the vent, which has a less than 10% success rate. But honestly, he wasn't in his right mind, and he did make that sovereign decision. He said, Sherry, they can't kill me. God's not done with me yet. I'll be fine. It's like, okay. And soon as they vented him, the hospital he was in is not a level 1 trauma. So they knew they had to move him somewhere, but nobody made any plans to move him anywhere or do anything with him.
So they put him on a vent there without the capabilities of ventilation.
Well, they could vent him, but then they couldn't serve him after that. It's not a level 1 trauma, so he could not stay there. They couldn't, but there was no plans made. I had to arrange plans with a outside hired company and nurse advocacy to find where could he go and how could we get him there.
So your husband basically was put on a serving plate.
Yes.
And he died within like
Well, so when he got transferred, then they put him on ECMO,
okay,
which was miles from here in the Methodist Main Hospital. And on the ECMO, within a week, they gave him sepsis. And I said, hey, let me put these oils, these essential oils that will prevent him from getting sepsis again. He got sepsis on your watch. I don't want him to get it again. And had this ethics meeting with all the people in the boardroom and the vice president of the hospital and the lung unit. And I was denied. I said, well, he better not get sepsis again on your watch then if you're preventing me from putting essential oils on his feet. Or there were so many things that would have healed him. I begged for vitamin C IVs, begged. I literally was on the floor of the hospital bed of my husband's with the doctor begging. And then he finally says yes. but there was no pharmacy that would fill it
Really?
to give him a vitamin C IV. If he had 50% of the required nutrition and hydration while he was there 57 days, that would be amazing if he had 50%. And after 57 days, they had reduced him 72 pounds, malnutrition, dehydrated. How are you supposed to get well? So he fought sepsis once and won, fought sepsis twice and won. He couldn't fight the third bout of sepsis.
So they murdered your husband.
They murdered him. Absolutely murdered him and denied everything that would have healed him therapeutically that I requested. Even budesonide was denied, which his own doctor had given him script for.
Well, I might have missed this, but before this point, he was on the up and up, right? Like,
Yeah, we had like a few days. Yeah, we had a few days. Well, he was still on too much oxygen that I couldn't give him that much oxygen at home because they don't let you. They max it off at 20. Even if I created the best option, I couldn't give him enough. And that's what I kept waiting for. When you get a little bit better, I can take you home, but I have no room.
Right. And this kind of happens when they put him on the ventilator.
They keep going up. They make and these emergencies happen at night and they never call you. You're not allowed to be there in the night. And they never let you know that he took a dive in the night. Why did he take a dive? I don't know, but my husband was, I never saw fear on his face. Never. Not even when our son would become missing or some crazy thing. Calm as could be. I walked into the hospital and the fear on his face, which he couldn't talk, but I could tell something happened in the night with the nurses. He couldn't tell me, but I knew bad things were happening when they sent me home at night.
So basically, they convinced your husband, and then the doctor goes home at 5, probably has some tea and bourbon.
Yep.
And you're without a husband.
Yep.
Sad. Well, Sherry, I'm really sorry that happened to you. And what's going on now at this point?
I consider myself a radical activist, and I'm on blacklists, and they've already done the worst thing they could do to me. What are they going to threaten me with? Death? I'm not afraid. You've done your worst. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm not going to shut up. I'm not going to be silent. I'm not going to be bullied into fear.
Well, what would you tell people right now that still have denial about the COVID protocols killing people?
It's your choice, but you could be their next victim. Your life or your loved one's life is in danger because of a belief you have that you think people like us are crazy. All right. Let it happen to you then, because that's your choice. If you want to be ignorant in the dark and believe the lies, you are at risk. You are at absolute risk, and one of your loved ones could be the next one in a casket. That's your choice. To be stupid and in the dark is your choice.
Pretty cut and dry in your face. I can't deny that one.
Their choice.
Is their choice.
Life or death, you choose.
At this point, it is definitely their choice.
Yeah.
Definitely your choice. Well, Sherry, I really appreciate you sharing your story with us. I hope that everything goes better for you and you keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for
Don't go away.